Uncle Al, Die Bullfrog 79, welcome. Thank you, Uncle Al. Appreciate you. The Black Widow channel. Hello, Black Widow. I'm operating on low batteries. Physically, I'm very tired. Holly Ivans. Welcome, Holly. Should do a tour of my yard. So when I say I'm out doing yard work, you know what I'm talking about because I've been out doing yard work. Margie TV, welcome Margie. 5 in the house, 3 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. Thank you, Margie. Appreciate you. I'm showing 6 in the house and 3 likes. Everything seems to be delayed. Hope everybody had a wonderful day. I did yard work. I would not live as a yard man. I would not survive as a yard man. I'll tell you that. I am completely out of shape for it. You know, hard to believe at one time I was into martial arts. And I was pretty good at it. Today, a white belt will whip my butt. Oh man. Oh, I haven't had time to do that. I've been weed eating. You know, I've been weed eating. I've been weed eating flower beds and been weed eating sidewalks and around trees and around gutters and around all sorts of stuff. Mowing. I filled 4 trash cans full of clippings for one side of my front yard. One side of it. Yeah, it probably is a good tired. It's exercise. I'm trying to get my weight down. I mean, I've got a nice body except for my dad belly. I need to get rid of my belly. And 6 in the house, 3 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'd be greatly appreciated. You need to keep moving. I weed eat yesterday, worked in the garden today, cut limbs today. You could do it. Just work your way up. Yeah. I let myself go to seed. I'm really out of shape. I'm really out of shape. You know, I was talking to one of my friends. I mean, all my friends, we live in a relatively safe area, knock on wood, and don't anticipate having any problems. But where we live at, you have a problem, I'm not going to barehand somebody. I'm basically going to shoot them, and that's the way it is with, the folks that my people. We're not going to try to beat the hell out of you. We're going to shoot you if you try to rob us or if you attack us or something other. I'm not in shape for that. I can't do what I used to do. I used to be able to barehand people. I could take them down. I could do all sorts of stuff. You let me get a hold of your wrist, and you're in a bad way. You're in a bad way. Because I can do all sorts of stuff with you. But I mean, I'm not in shape for any of that. God help anybody if I had to do CPR on them today. I don't think I could sustain it for very long. I've done CPR a couple of times in real life. Wasn't fun. I didn't enjoy it, but I did it, and I was successful at it. But we're talking about I was like 30-ish, it's right around 30 years old, and I'm past 60 now. I couldn't do what I used to do and sustain what I used to do. That's one reason why young people fight wars. Old people start wars and young people fight wars. So 4 in the house, 3 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. I'm going to open a box that came in today. More Amazon. I'm pretty sure what it is. I bet you I drive those people crazy. I know I know the postal workers probably hate me. A lot of people in my neighborhood get boxes, and we get deliveries every day. Well, this is one Uncle Al will appreciate. I did a topic the other day. Chopped onions. Dehydrated chopped onions. Shelf life of 25 years. Just add water, 217 servings. Let's see, where am I at? Okay. About a week ago, the topic was herbs in your garden for flavor and medicine. 12 plants. Well, one of them was onions. And guess what we have here? A number 10 can of onions. 217 servings. A serving size is about 1 teaspoon. 10 calories. So yeah, preps. I actually thought it was going to be another one of my radios, emergency radios, because I ordered one, got one for my wife, get one for my daughter. I ordered it right at $40, tax, title, and the license on the delivery, and I thought it would be this, and it wasn't this. It was a number 10 can I had ordered. Let's see who else came in. Tim. Verna, welcome. JP Heathen, welcome. Hillbilly Josh, welcome. I am, let's see. What is it? What is it? Hurry up, open that up. All right, you're now a standard moderator. Melinda Elliott, welcome. And Belinda's Country Living, welcome. So a couple of things I'd like to go over before I get into today's topic. Uncle Al's always saying, stay on topic, stay on topic. Devil Dog Prepper, welcome. I try to cover certain things. Well, I'm at 1,609 subscribers. 17,000 views for the cycle. 540 watch hours. They're up a little bit, down a little bit. My last live was 108. And yes, it's rolling again. I'm still rolling on the internet. My current short that I dropped a few hours ago has 277 views. My last video, which was the 1,600 subscriber giveaway, has 57 views. And the short I dropped before that one, which was early morning, it has about 20 views. I don't understand it. I drop food shorts, and most of them will come up to around 400 views, and then they shut down a little after 400, maybe a little bit less than 400. But every once in a while, and last couple of days, I've had a couple of food shorts that, for whatever reason, 18, 20 views, and they shut down. I don't understand it. I really don't. I truly do not understand it. So there is a tropical storm heading towards the Gulf of Mexico. It's in the Atlantic. It is expected to strengthen into probably into a hurricane. We don't know where it will come in. It's a couple of thousand miles away from the coast, U.S. coast, but it's moving. It's moving in our direction. So we'll see how that develops. We are in hurricane season. So the topic for today deals with beginner preppers, and basically 10 items that a beginner prepper will forget that they need to account for. 10 items a beginner prepper will forget they need to account for. And the first one, which is number one in anybody's preparedness, is a means to carry water. A water carrier, a collapsible bucket or jug. You have to have water to live. You have to be able to, you have to have a source of water. You have to have a clean means of drinking water. And a lot of people forget about that. Or they have a couple of half-liter bottles that they want to refill. Maybe they have a gallon jug that they take with them. One thing to remember when you're transporting, when you're walking, or you're trying to move around, water's heavy. The more you're carrying, the heavier the weight. I go and I'll buy several cases, 24 packs of water. Each one of those packs is over 25 pounds. I'm not in shape the way I used to be. Used to buy the 40 packs. Now I buy the 24 packs. And I can get tired out carrying a few of those inside from the car. Now, what if you're out traveling? You're walking. You think you can walk with the 24 pack of water, and how far can you walk with it? That would not be the way to transport water. So that's the first thing you need to think about. How am I going to transport water? Thank you for watching my shorts, Margie. Please leave a like to support the channel. 5 in the house, 9 likes. All right, so when you cover the water situation, the next item would be a tarp. Having a good tarp. Like a 6x8 tarp. 6 foot by 8 foot tarp. And you can use it for multiple purposes. You can use it as an emergency blanket. You can put it on the ground to sleep on it. You can use it to make a, if you're out in the woods and you've got rope, you can use it to basically make a tent. There are a lot of purposes for a tarp. You could basically use it to make a carry for somebody. You get a couple of good strong limbs, and you put them together. Well, you basically would use the tarp, and you drape the tarp in order to carry somebody like a lean-to or a I've seen it done. It's always a good idea to have spare clothes. You want a change of clothes. You don't want to bring a wardrobe with you, but you want a change of clothes. Like the idea of having spare socks or spare underwear. Another item that people don't really think about, everybody thinks about their debit card or their credit card. Having cash. The machines aren't working. Having cash. Having coins. Carrying a roll of quarters. A roll of quarters is $10 worth of quarters. You're talking 40 quarters. Having a roll of quarters. Having a roll of dimes, $5 worth of dimes. A lot of people have a cell phone. Most people have cell phones. They use their cell phones to tell time. But what about just a watch? What about a good watch? Doesn't have to be expensive. It can be a military style. Having a watch for time. Might not be able to recharge your phone. A watch has a battery that will last for years. Mr. Whistle, welcome Mr. Whistle. Thank you for coming in. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. A poncho. A poncho would be good. It would help you if it's raining. If you get something that's like a slick, waterproof. A poncho. Or a military poncho. It'd also help you if it's cool. Climate a little cooler. Windy. Poncho will help protect you. You're traveling, and whether you're walking, bicycling, motorcycle, car, say something breaks down, it's nighttime, having some road flares, or in your vehicle, if your vehicle breaks down, having road flares, something you can put out so people will see them at night. Carrying rope, let's say 30 feet of rope, at least a 200-pound test weight. People will carry, another thing that's like modern is paracord. You can get very strong paracord. It doesn't have to be real thick. Doesn't take a lot of room. You can carry paracord. But having a good 30, at least 30 feet of rope, and you can use it for all sorts of stuff. You can use it, trying to support a tent. You take that tarp. You take a rope and you stretch it between two trees, and then you drape that tarp over it. Get that tarp stretched out. You can make a little tent with it. Having tools like a good spade, something to dig with, I'm not talking about one of these military style short entrenching tools where you're down on your knees trying to dig a little hole. I'm talking about a full-size D-handle spade. A lot of uses for that. Glow in the dark rope at Dick's Sporting Goods. It was on clearance. That sounds cool. Brandy's unboxing and more. Welcome, Brandy. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. Good evening, Little Lone Prepper. Oh, I'm tired. How am I doing today? I'm tired. So the other thing, number 10, is an oil or a kerosene lantern, which is like old school. Having a lantern, an oil burning lantern, and then having a supply of the oil, having a supply of the cordage for it. That's good to have. My parents, I can remember when I was a boy, and here I am reminiscing, Uncle Al, I'm sorry. But in order to do an example, I have to use the past. We would have storms. It seems like there was a lot more hurricanes and storms back in the day than there are today. At least ones that would hit the coastal bend when I lived in Corpus. And I can remember being a kid, and it would be a power outage. And my parents would use lanterns. They would use old school glass, really nice old school lanterns for light. They had several of them. You know, burning kerosene or burning oil. You can get, like over at Walmart, you can get them at Walmart, you can get the oil for them, and you can get the cordage, you know, to the wicks. And that is a means to have light. I've got some glass candles that are liquid, and they're like 40-hour candles. You light it, and it'll burn for like 40 hours. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate you. You take care. So, prepping or preparedness is a journey. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You need to plan, have an inventory. I keep notebooks and notes. I write down what I buy when I buy it. As an example, these onions I just got in, I'm going to put the date 6 of 24, 6th month of 24. It's actually close to the 7th month. I'll also write down the price I paid for them. They'll go in the pantry. I also will, when I do my inventory, I'll indicate how many servings I have. It's important if you're trying to have a 6-month supply or a 1-year supply or a 2-year supply, as Uncle Al would suggest. It's important to know exactly how much you have. And then when you're calculating what you need or what you have, or comparing or pricing or various things, what is your goal? How many people are you planning on supplying? How many people are you going to have to take care of or feed or whatever? And then if it's, say, 4, then you need to multiply whatever you get by 4. So if I get, say, powdered milk, freeze-dried milk, which is something that you would use for breakfast, or maybe you at least drink 1 glass a day, 8-ounce glass a day. If I want a 3-month supply, and I'm buying number 10 cans that are a 3-month supply, I need 4 number 10 cans to have a 3-month supply for 4 people. Likewise, I just got in 4 pails of rolled oats, which, oatmeal or oat flour. You grind it up for oat flour. And each pail is 10 pounds, and it's a 3-month supply. So if I'm feeding 4 people, 4 pails are a 3-month supply for each person to have 1 serving a day, say, for their morning meal. And you can change that up. But I know people that every day of their life, that's what they have for breakfast, is oatmeal. And you can put fruit in it, and you can put, you can add stuff to it, and you can put a little bit of honey in it, or sweetener. You can put milk in it. So you start looking, these are items. And you want variety, but it is what it is. There are people who are prepping, and the first thing they do, it's like, Dave Ramsey talks about when you're trying to save money and you're trying to pay off bills. You eat rice and beans. Beans and rice, rice and beans, white rice. And pinto beans, white rice is the cheapest stuff you could buy. But it's getting more expensive. It's getting more expensive now. it's cheapest when you buy in bulk. So if you're going to buy, you buy like a 50 pounds or 100 pounds, you buy a 50-pound bag, you go to Costco or you go to Sam's Club or you go wholesale and you buy a larger quantity. And then you have some food grade buckets and lids and Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers, moisture absorbers, and you repackage it. I wouldn't put more than 25 pounds worth in a 5-gallon bucket. So if I'm got 50 pounds of rice, which I have a lot of rice and beans and various things, then I would need two 5-gallon Mylar bags, sealable, oxygen absorbers, moisture absorbers. I'd need 2 buckets and 2 lids. And then when you put the stuff together, you write down with a Sharpie on the bucket what it is and what was the date that you did it. Hello, Bud Files and Yoda Papa Vintage Cards. Hello, Dave. So for those of you that see your view time going up a little bit, I try to run a playlist every day, and I vary who I run. But like I run a playlist a lot. I ran 6 live streams last night, and I have not left the comments. I run 6 live streams for people. I need to go back. I have not today, hadn't had time really. Need to go back and I need to let them know, hey, full replay, like number, it's me. And I ran echoes last night. Dave, I run echoes. I usually run one of her live streams every day. And I watch videos for people. I watch videos people do. Sometimes I run the same live stream twice, and then I don't notice it until it's time to leave the comment. I've done that with Melinda Elliott several times. And then sometimes I will purposely rewatch somebody's stream because I like their videos. I've got notifications on a lot of channels, so I get their shorts, and I watch a lot of shorts, and I always leave a like and a little comment to let them know, and they do the same thing for me. But you know, in an ideal situation for me, if I do a live stream every day, and I get 100 views on my live stream, which is, I average about 100 views on my live stream, or people that click through, and I usually average over 10 hours, 10, 12 hours, and that's not counting the replays, you know. And I do a couple of shorts every day, and if they go the way they normally go, I can usually get 700 or 800 views in a day. I mean, I'll check sometimes my analytics, and they'll say, well, in the last 2 days you've had 1,700 views, you know. So, and I'm not competing with anybody, you know, I'm not competing with anybody. I'm just and you know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't get paid by anybody. The stuff that I show, stuff I own, stuff I buy, stuff I use. I recommend stuff that I use. You know, if I recommend something to you, you know, take it for what it's worth. I'm not charging you, you know, for the information. I'm not benefiting from it. If I send you something, I send it out of goodwill. You know, I'm trying to help people. I try to give back. Yeah, I know Uncle Al. 4 watching, 6 watching. I'm getting some notifications of people popping in and popping out. They leave a comment on something that I get a flash that they left me a comment on something. Um, so, going back through the topic for today, real fast, I just want to hit them. Items that beginner preppers need to take into consideration. I mean, the things that you want to consider for prepping to keep you alive would be water, food, your medication. And then there are other, the ability to make fire, to heat water, protection, light, an emergency radio, to keep warm in winter. You know, those are things you need to have. But we talk about if you're moving, or even if you're, you know, in one area, what are you doing for water storage? If you're traveling, what are you doing for, you know, how are you transporting water? What sort of water carrier, collapsible bucket jug are you using? A tarp, a 6x8 tarp, doesn't take a lot of room. Good to have. Multi-purpose. Seasonal spare clothes. Having a jacket, having a hoodie. Wearing appropriate clothing. Jeans, a long sleeve shirt. Short sleeve, but having a long sleeve shirt available for an evening when it's warm, or it's warm. Having a pair of gloves. Headwear, having a good cap. Or a jacket with a hoodie. Carrying money on you. In your bag, do you have a roll of quarters? Do you have a roll of dimes? Do you have some ones? Do you have $100 worth of small denomination money? Having a watch. I just ordered a military style watch. It will be in the next couple of days. I'll show it to you when it comes in. Having a good poncho. I carry a couple of the little clear plastic ponchos for rain. It's raining. I got them like $1 a piece. They're probably $2 now, but when I bought them, they were $1 a piece. If it's raining, you pull it out, you put it over, it covers you, you know, covers your upper body. Road flares. Having a couple of road flares. Yeah, and they don't have to be expensive. You can go get tarps over at, like, you can get the blue tarps over at Walmart or over at Harbor Freight. They're not very expensive. 30 feet of rope, 200-pound test weight. I like cordage like it's good to carry cordage. You know, I would not be carrying this around with me, but you want to have basic tools, like you want to have a good hatchet, you want to have a good axe for cutting wood, you want to have a good spade, shovel. And we're not talking about an entrenching tool that you carry in your backpack or whatever. We're talking about a regular, spade type shovel. And then having an oil lantern, kerosene oil lantern. You can get them. They're not expensive. The oil's not expensive. You want to have plenty of the wicks, the cordage for them. I don't understand certain things. I try to do a couple of short, and I know a lot of you do 5 or 6 shorts a day sometimes. Uncle Al does tons of shorts, and I have not been checking to see how many views his shorts are getting. But he does a lot of food shorts. I mean, nice ones. I enjoy them, and I don't know why some of mine just basically drop and they just flop. There are those of you here that will leave me a like and a comment on them. I was commenting about, I had one that had like 12 views, and it had like 9 likes and 10 comments, from different people. But that's all it had. It got up to about 20, I think. I don't, and then the next one gets 300 and something. I don't understand. The one before that got 400 and something. I don't understand. It's like a food one, and I don't know why some of them drop and I can't figure it out. SD Mountain Man, welcome, Scott. I also take in consideration the size of a channel. How many active people you have that are, that look at your stuff on a regular basis, or that follow you. And when I was spending the day working on my YouTube channel, inside of a week or so, I'd have 500 views on a particular video, and the first day I'd have well over 100 views. Second day I'd be up to 200 views. It'd keep going up, and then it'd trail off when you get into the 400s, hit 500 views sometimes, and I'd have a couple of hundred comments. And I never would have, like Belinda, she does videos, and her channel's probably 3 times the size of mine almost, and she'll have a video and it'll have 250 likes. I've never had a video that's had 200 likes. I've had lots of them that have over 100 likes. I've never had one that had 200 likes. And she puts out a lot of stuff, her cooking videos and such. She'll have 250 likes. She's got a following and she puts out good content. You still there, Belinda? I'm talking nice things about you. Yep. You know, when I will say this, if you go to Walmart or someplace and you want to exchange a 20-pound propane tank, that propane tank has about 15 pounds of propane in it. They normally fill them to about 15 pounds. 20-pound tank normally has about 15 pounds of propane in it. Now, if you want 20 pounds of propane in your propane tank, and you own your propane tank, you go over to a place like Truck and Tractor. You go someplace where they will fill it for you, and you have them fill it and put 20 pounds of propane in it. It's a little bit cheaper than if you just go get an exchange. One of these places where they do the exchanges, they take your bottle, they give you a bottle. It's a little bit cheaper, and you'll have 20 pounds of propane. You need to think about that. Think about that one, Scott. Joseph Moore. Hello, Joseph. I have never had a short. The most I've ever had on a short, I had one short that got 1,800 views. One. I've had several shorts that get 800 to 900 views. Normally my shorts get under 500. Some of them flop. A lot of them are in the 400s. Video wise, I have one video that has over 8,000 views. It was a video about a 12-volt refrigerator freezer that I own. It's from several years ago, and it still gets a few views every month. That particular video gets a few views. 8,000 views. I've taken down some that I've done that had 4,000, 4,500 views. But that 8,000 one, by far the most I've ever had. Scott. I mean, I know kids that do like TikTok, and they don't do too well on YouTube. YouTube doesn't have near the viewers that TikTok does. But I mean, I know some kids, 25, 30-year-old kids that do TikTok, girls. And they've done TikToks and have 1 million views. A TikTok with 1 million views. And these are not what you call big, well-known influencers. This is just somebody, you know, and they might have 8 or 10,000 followers, but they'll do a TikTok and it'll have 1 million views, 500,000 views, over 100,000 views. I don't do TikTok, but like I said, I've got one video that has a little over 8,000 views. That would be a nice video, Scott. Yeah, I think so. Like, Uncle Al fought like a bandit trying to get over 2,000. I can remember him being at 1,900 and 75 or 80, and just trying to, and he would pick up some and he'd lose some, trying to get over the 2,000 mark. I remember him trying to get over the 2,000 mark. So many people trying to get over the 1,000 mark. They gain a few, they lose a few. They gain a few, they're right there at 1,000. They gain a few, they lose a few. And I really think it's TikTok playing with you. That's just like the idea of getting your 4,000 hours in. You know, you get right there where you're close to 4,000 hours, and it keeps saying you're under. You're under. You're close to it, but you're under. You're not quite at foot. And you're there playing people's playlist, trying to get them those 4,000 hours. Well, I'm 40 hours short, and I play 50, 60 hours worth of. Just running it. Like when Black Widow was trying to get over 4,000, she needed like 60 hours. I played for days. I had my spare channel running for days, trying to get her hours, to get her over those 4,000. And I've been over 4,000 hours for the last 6 months. And I finally did my 2-step, and I'm waiting to see what happens on the monetization. Yeah, purging, the idea of purging. Yep, I believe that's happening. For whatever reason, they play with you. Honestly believe that's happening, the idea of the purge. But I spent the day working on the yard. I finished one side of the front yard. It's all weeded, it's all mowed, everything was bagged. I got 4 trash cans full of clippings to prove it. Gonna work on the other side tomorrow. And then there's the backyard. I actually think I'm gonna hire some mercenaries to start doing yard work for me. I like doing yard work. It's good exercise. But it's hell. It really is hell. So every day when I get up, and it's amazing that I wake up. I thank God for the day. I say the Lord's Prayer. I drink coffee. I take my medication. I think about what I'm going to do for the day. If it's a work day, take my shower, get cleaned up, put my work clothes on, go to work. It's summertime, so I pretty much just wear shorts, like t-shirt, shorts, ankle socks, I'm going to eat supper. When you're working, you got to drink lots of water, got to stay hydrated. I drink a lot of water. I put lemonade, grape, tea. I just drink water sometimes. Drink some coffee. I don't drink coffee when I'm hot, And I'm ready to cool off, finish working. I go take a shower. I took a shower, changed, and I'm tired. I appreciate everybody's support. I'm trying to drop a couple of likes a couple of shorts every day. I need to do some community wall posts. I usually at nighttime I run a playlist so I can give playtime to my friends. They give me playtime, do replays of mine, and I do replays on them. Try to keep up with what's going on in the news. Keep track of the weather. Keep track of the weather. Be prepared. You know, if you know you're going to have bad weather, make sure your vehicles are full. Make sure you got gasoline for your generator. You got a generator. I've got lithium powered power banks, power stations. Prime, Amazon Prime will be the 16th and 17th. You'll be able to get good deals on stuff. I plan on buying another 12-volt refrigerator freezer, probably a Bouge RV. I will probably buy 3 100 amp hour lithium batteries. And I should get them on sale. I'll chain them together. You know, if SHTF happens, most of the power that I'm going to be running will be 12 volt. I've got 12 volt appliances. I've got, you know, I've got 12 volt refrigerators. Got a couple of them. I'm going to buy a third one. Stuff that I've sent out to people. What you need to do is you need to get more you need to get more your sterno, your canned heat. You need to have plenty of matches. That's what I would use. I would buy a second one of those little sterno type stoves. You can burn those inside. You don't really want to burn the tabs inside. I send out the little tab ones. That's something you use outside because it smells bad. Belinda's Country Living. Belinda, I was singing your praises. And Melinda, I've been singing your praises too, lady. As far as, you know, and I've been watching your stuff and I leave comments. I appreciate you. If anybody would like to subscribe me on their backup channel, if you don't have a backup channel, you need a backup channel. I would back up my videos and my stuff on my backup channel. That way if something happens, leave them private. If something happens to your main channel, you can start releasing them again on your backup channel. I have a backup channel. It's got like 38 subscribers. I'm subscribed to most of the people that I really support, and a lot of times when you see me leaving comments, you know, and I've watched your video and give you playtime or run playlist, I'm doing it a lot of times on my backup channel. So the name is a little bit different. You see my name, but it's a little bit different. That's my backup channel. So everybody, please have a blessed day. Make sure you leave a like on the last 5 videos. Keep up with that. I'll be doing a 1,700 subscriber giveaway. I have not done outreach. My channel's been growing slowly based on people coming to me. I have not been going and outreaching to them. I may start doing some outreach, and if I do, I expect my channel to start growing a lot faster. My goal is to get past 1,700 before I go back to work, which is in about 5.5 weeks. Everybody, please have a blessed day. And I will be back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. Bye-bye. Thank you.